I got to take a look at extended gameplay of Star Wars Outlaws. Now, if you guys enjoyed whatever was shown in Ubisoft Forward gameplay reveal, then the stuff that Ubisoft shared with some of the content creators with some extended gameplay, it actually gave us a completely different look at the game, so many different planets that you could visit. And what I'm going to be sharing with you guys by the end of this video might actually convince you if you're holding back into playing this game, or maybe after finishing this video, you might decide to go ahead and pre-order the game right away. Now, what happened was that Ubisoft actually sent a lot of its content creators an extended gameplay version of Star Wars Outlaws, and there was like a lot of stuff that was included in this gameplay. And remember that this gameplay that I'm talking about is completely different from the one that was shown in Ubisoft Forward. Now, I just think that the Ubisoft Forward gameplay, it shows a gameplay in a completely different planet called Mos Eisley, which is more like a desert type of a planet, where the planet is basically filled with scum, scavengers, outlaws, and even cartels and gunslingers. Now, in the Ubisoft Forward gameplay showcase, you're basically just hunting down one of the bounty missions that you find in the open world. But then the mission that Ubisoft shared with us, I think it was part of a main storyline mission, where you're supposed to infiltrate a base called Whillspring. And the best part is that we actually take a look at different planets in this gameplay. It's not just the one desert part. This is actually a completely different planet, and the weather system in this planet is cold. So it's a very freezed out place. And the way that you're going to be dressing in certain planets are going to be completely different from the one that you see in the original Ubisoft Forward gameplay. Whereas in this planet, she was wearing some sort of a winter jacket. And one of the first things that actually caught my eye is that the snow is actually going to be deforming as your character moves through. Now, of course, it's like a common feature in most of the upcoming games, but then I just wanted to go ahead and fill this in. And from whatever I've seen so far, it seems like Star Wars Outlaws was one of those games that actually looks very polished in whatever state the game is. Now, keep this in mind that Ubisoft actually said that this was like an in development build, which is probably like in 2022 or 2023, and they kind of just made this really good looking presentation, which they thought that they could be showing off anytime sooner, but then it ended up happening in Ubisoft Forward 2024. But as far as what I can see from the potential of such an old build, the game actually looks like it's very polished compared to any other games that I've seen so far. Now, basically in this gameplay that I got to see, we're supposed to infiltrate a base called Whillspring, and as you start playing the mission, there's like a huge fortress where you're trying to enter, and then there are two guards in the beginning who are basically going to tell you to fuck off from that place, and then you're supposed to find an alternative way in order to infiltrate the base. So you try to go around the base, lurk into places that you're not supposed to, and you finally end up into this stealth action gameplay, which for some reason it kind of just reminded me so much of Watch Dogs Legion, because every single movement to animations, the way the gameplay works and the stealth works, it was a very close comparison to how you would play Watch Dogs Legion, and even the animations were very similar, and even the animations of how you hide behind some of the objects, and you also try to whistle in order to attract enemies. That was also one of the features in the game. And there's this one really cute feature I loved about this game, is that you can actually use your pet or the buddy or whatever the alien creature is. You can actually use that creature in order to distract your enemies. So you can basically click a button, and then your alien companion is going to go ahead and do some really cute stuff, and that's going to get the attention of the guards. So it doesn't matter if there's one guard or two guards, it's going to do its job. So that's when you choose to go ahead and take down the enemies. Pretty much how the stealth systems have always worked in most of the games that Ubisoft has created, and the best resemblance is basically going to be Watch Dogs Legion. Now, there's also this additional objective system in the game, which kind of reminded me of this black box missions in Assassin's Creed games, where you get the set of additional bonus objectives. Now, although the game kind of gives you a lot more linear gameplay, where it doesn't really give you a lot of options as to completing a certain mission, but then of course you can go ahead and do it in 2 or 3 different ways. But apart from this, the game actually has multiple objectives that you can either choose to do or not choose to do. It's completely up to the player's choices. If you decide to complete all of the additional objectives, it's going to be giving you a little bit of an extra XP, and I think all of these additional content is going to be used in order to unlock a lot of trophies inside of PlayStation Network. But then it's not exactly the same as how it works in Assassin's Creed games. It's more like a linear type. Now, if I have to be honest, I kind of just underestimated the companion in this game, because the little alien creature that we're going to be having in this game is way more useful than what I was expecting. It runs all the way towards one of these gas cylinders and opens up the knob, and that starts up a fire which then explodes and creates a lot of damage. And he also attacks your enemies if you want him to help during the combats, and then the AI basically does its own job. So I think it's a really cool feature, and you kind of just feel like you're not alone, and it seems like the game is actually way better than what Star Wars Jedi Survivor is. So don't sleep on this game just because we're getting Assassin's Creed Shadows. We still have a long month before Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, and if I get the game right now, I would definitely sit all day long and play the game right away. So take this from from my opinion, this is a game that's definitely going to give us a lot more content, and Ubisoft has also said that they're going to make this game as a live service content, which means that they're going to be supporting this game for a very long time as well. So definitely, if you guys are having second thoughts on whether or not if you should buy this game or even try it, I would honestly recommend this game to each and every one of you guys. Now, I've also done a very in-depth video on Assassin's Creed Shadows parkour system, because a lot of you guys have been asking about how the parkour system works, and everything that I've seen and learned from behind the closed doors from Ubisoft, I've shared all the information on another video, which will be available at the end screen of this video, somewhere here or here. So make sure to go ahead and check that video out. There's a lot of information, and I'm pretty sure that after you watch that video, it's definitely going to create a completely different impression about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.